Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Historical Humans Reacts. And today we are looking at a thievery, at smuggling, at all of the negatives associated with historical artifacts.
Yeah, that's right. The police have seized what we have rightfully looted. As the police in Israel have, well, specifically Jerusalem, have seized several dozen clay pavement bricks. So effectively, someone stole an ancient road.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is the all the clay pavement bricks were imprinted with a specific I don't know if it's a manufacturer's mark or an identifier, but it has a
Yeah,
unique tag on all of them.
yeah,
It says
yeah.
Legio
It
X
would,
Equistris.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is a manufacturer's mark. Yeah. That literally means horsemen of the 10th Legion. Roman legions were not just military units, but also engineers. They were responsible for building most of the infrastructure of the Roman Empire. And as such, having a legion, especially during a period in which they are not fighting, building things like roads, bridges, and other objects is what would be expected of the legion's duties.
Wait, so they built roads and bridges versus burning them.
They built them very famously in Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul. The Gallic tribes think they're safe because there is a mighty river between them and the Roman army, and they think they have time to build things up. Within a matter of days, Julius Caesar's men have bridged the river, crossed it, and then set fire to the bridge so that the enemy cannot use it to get behind them and raid the Roman towns.
Okay, that's valuable. That's impressive too. Like
Yeah.
that is
Uh,
a level of like ingenuity of haha, I will cross this
Yeah.
river.
Yes. The term pontoon bridge, which is still used in the military today, comes from the Romans. They designed it. Pontoon literally comes from Roman pontus, which means river. It's a river bridge.
Wow.
Actually, pontus I think actually is bridge. So it's technically in English it's bridge.
So a pontoon boat is a bridge boat.
Yeah. Yeah, because pontus is bridge. They would mark down who built what. So it was very important for the legionnaires to mark down that they were building all these bricks
Well, both
and
as a
laying out
maker's
the
mark
road.
and as like a kind of a cocky identifier. Like, you see that road? I built
Oh,
it.
it's proof that you did your job today, John. It's proof that you did your freaking job.
Hey, I can't imagine why this road is so shit. Oh, no wonder it was the Ninth Legion who built it.
Yeah, yeah. But this kind of road building is also why there's the saying "all roads lead to Rome," because all the legions started in Rome and they just started building outwards as they conquered things. So all the roads kept connecting back to Rome. Yes, yeah, in question here is the Legion is Legio 10, the 10th Legion, formed around 40 BCE and was one of the main legions involved in suppressing the Great Jewish Revolt, which was the first Roman Jewish war.
Yeah,
Um,
because around this time, Roman rule had been reinstated in Judea.
yeah, yeah. 80 70 Rome kind of gets the handle back on Judea after it rebels against Nero in 66, but fighting takes another 3 years because, well, they hold themselves up on top of a mountain and it was really hard to get them down.
Yeah, and not to mention, even with all the Roman roads, even with water travel, it still wasn't an easy nor quick journey to get from Rome to Judea.
Oh no, they didn't need to get from Rome to Judea. The legions were already there. The issue was that the position of emperor opened up about halfway through the war, and the commander of the Judean legions declared himself emperor and went home to win.
Like I
This is where
said,
we get the Flavian dynasty.
it's a long way back.
Yeah, yeah, left to sun tysters. But anyway, we are currently talking not about ancient Roman history, and it didn't take him that long to get there and back. He never had to come back. His son Titus did everything.
Lucky.
But these uh these roads were ripped out by antiquity smugglers,
So
and
not us.
subsequently,
They did it
yeah, and
unethically.
yeah, and subsequently, see, why would they be? Why would the police be arresting archaeologists, Justin?
We all
And
know
the article, the can we talk about the goddamn article?
you and I know the inside scoop.
Listen, listen. Antique people ripped out these roads to smuggle and sell them to art collectors like Hobby Lobby.
Boo.
The Israeli police caught them with about a dozen or 2 dozen or so of these road tiles. These are not light tiles; these are heavy fired clay bricks designed to be, run over by horses repeatedly. But yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
this honestly becomes quite an issue too because it really is antique smugglers but also looters. And what happens, and this article actually does a good job at highlighting it because a lot of times they tend to skip over it, but it's a really important point to highlight. Like, the reason why this is such a tragedy is because when they go through and they destroy them and they rip them out, they're not paying attention to any of the context or any of the stuff around it, which is what archaeologists really do. That's what separates archaeologists versus looters, is a detailed note taking while we're excavating, so that way the data and the information isn't lost. Like, we know that this is the 10th Legion brick, but we don't know the location it was sourced from. We don't know the context in which it came from. We don't know what was located near it or around it. So there's a lot of stuff that just gets lost. That's honestly and truly a tragedy, I think.
yeah. And the thing too is with these markings, you can actually track where the legions were at about what time based on where the roads are, because the roads go where the legions go. They build them behind them as a means of allowing supply trains to follow. So the legion would be moving around the province of Judea, which goes from about the modern easternmost border of Egypt, all the way up to the modern southwestern border of Turkey. So this is a much bigger area than just Israel itself, and
Yeah.
that this legion had to patrol. So finding a road with their stamp on it, as opposed to say the other legions that were in the area, such as the 12th, the 5th, or the 15th, tells you that this legion is doing something as opposed to the others. Because I believe the 10th is the first one to get stationed here, since the 5th was a Macedonian legion that got repurposed because Judea became a trouble province.
Hmm. Trouble in the Middle East.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Judea was one of the few provinces in which Rome did not have a policy of universal religious tolerance.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting because even this article does say that it's likely that the bricks came from a public building, such as a bathhouse, potentially. So, I mean, there's just a lot of information that gets lost. Looting is not okay.
Yeah, and the roads were probably taken from within Jerusalem from the Roman rebuilding under future Emperor Titus, uh, since Jerusalem kind of gets set on fire at about the time that he's there, and it is pretty heavily destroyed.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
yeah, Judea did one thing very well, and that was fight back, and Romans do not like that.
Yeah, the Romans weren't the most merciful enemies to go up
Yeah.
against.
Yeah, like basically, if you did a good job resisting, the Romans would respect that, and then make sure your community never existed ever again.
Yeah, that was cute, but it's never going to happen
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why there's the phrase "Carthage must burn." It's because Carthage did a really good job of fighting Rome twice, and the Romans had enough. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see. I don't know if it's coming through, but we should probably end the video now. We've been talking in circles about Roman stuff. Well, Justin throws out fake facts.
Fake facts? Come on. What's fake
not,
about any of this?
not even fun fake facts.
What did I say that was fake?
You know. Bye, everybody.